Hello, good morning, everybody, or good evening, or good afternoon, depending where you are. Hello, welcome to the Whib Zone's member spotlight. The Whib Zone is a Discord community geared towards content creators and creative folks in numerous areas of the media, also games folks as well, and content creators on streaming websites too. Also, be it illustration, or writing, or voice acting, game development, YouTube content creation, and entertainment, crafts, and all things like tabletop and fitness as well. The concept of this community is to share our work, make connections and network, and help each other. With that in mind, I decided to do a monthly member spotlight to showcase members of the Discord in a talk show interview format to talk about the things that they're working on, the history behind what they do, and any helpful advice they'd like to give to the viewers. And with that, I will unmute my friend Oath here. So, would you like to introduce yourselves, please?
Sure, I'll go first. Okay. I am Mary, or Valthania, and I'm the newest admin to Gaming Mommies. I think I've been doing this for, I think it's been 2 years. Mm-hmm. Jen? Has it been 2 years?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, yeah, 2 years, and I love our community. It's pretty awesome. I also have 2 kids of my own, and I am a stay-at-home mom, although that doesn't mean the work is easy.
No.
Go ahead, Jen.
My name is Jen. I am one of the lead admins at Gaming Mommies. I've been around with Gaming Mommies for the last 6 years or so. I don't know, I'm a stay-at-home mom as well. I have 2 kiddos, and yeah, I remember thinking that being a stay-at-home mom is all this extra time to get stuff done. Isn't that one fun? But yeah, Gaming Mommies is awesome. It's just been a place where I've made a lot of incredible friendships, a lot of great connections, and it's a big part of my social community, pretty much. So yeah, I'm glad to have met you guys through it. So anything you want to know, I'm here to answer.
Yeah. So this Gaming Mommies you speak of, that I am also in as well, but I will pretend not to for the sake of this interview. So just so I can ask all the questions. So can you tell me about what Gaming Mommies is about? Like, what's the idea behind it?
So it's a community of friendly, family kind of minded people. You don't necessarily have to be a mom to be part of our community. You just have to be kind of family friendly. You have to be a nice person. And generally, most of the time we get nice people. Sometimes we don't, but that happens in any community.
Mm-hmm.
And
I was just talking about myself.
Jen, you're a nice person. And we're just about supporting each other and recognizing, I mean, it started, I guess, just for moms kind of an idea. Because when we become moms, we don't stop wanting to play video games and tabletop games and things like that. But just a community of people who are family-oriented or family-friendly, who can hang out together and find common interest and communicate with each other, things like that.
And that being said, we do have a lot of people that aren't parents in the group, and they're totally welcome as well, and we just all have a good time together, as long as you're totally cool with the fact that you may have to run in, go change a diaper, deal with a crazy kid. You're welcome along for the ride.
And that's actually how I met you, Leek. Was playing Overwatch, and I remember you had to hang on real quick, and turn around and deal with your little one who was banging pots and pans in the background.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is a perfect person to add to our community, because that's exactly what it's about.
Oh yes. Oh, we haven't played Overwatch in a long time.
I know. It's not playing well with my computer.
Oh no.
I have my computer overclocked, and it's the only thing that doesn't want to play nicely with it being overclocked. So in order to play Overwatch, I have to restart my computer in not overclock mode, and then to play something else, I'd have to overclock it again and restart it again.
Oh, blimey.
Yeah.
That's a shame. I wonder why that happens.
Blizzard in general is not a big fan of overclocking, from my understanding. So it could be something to do with them. Could be just something in the game that just notices it's overclocked and says it can't do it or something.
I have no idea about computers. I work with computers often. I don't know the inner workings of them. Like, I'm very envious of people who can build computers. I've never learned how to myself, and that's probably a big bad thing I have not done. This is not the skill I need to acquire eventually.
You gotta let me know if you need help, because I've been doing it since I was about 7.
Oh, awesome. I'll come to you then. Because really, I just like, this is the thing. I know the basic idea of how to build a computer.
It's really not that hard once you understand some of the basic things that you need. Once you know what you want out of the computer, it's really just kind of plugging it in and making, doing a little bit of research to be sure that it all plays well together.
Right, I'm definitely asking you. Yep. Oops. Excuse me. Okay, let's see then. So you said that the basically the reason why you Gaming Mommies came about was because a collection of mums just wanted to create a group to gather people with the similar interests and who are in a similar situation as each other. Was it always a Facebook group, or did it begin offline, or or elsewhere on the internet?
It's always been a Facebook group. Beth started it, and I came on board about 6 months after she got started. She kind of put up a little thing, hey, we're getting to the point where I need some more admins. And so I sent her a message, hey, I really like what you've done here. I'd love to help you out. And I've been around ever since.
Okay.
And now Beth is kind of on hiatus because she's decided to take on the noble profession of teaching, which leaves her absolutely no time. So that kind of means that I'm the one who knows where all the bodies are buried. So I end up kind of taking care of everything.
I know. I feel weird talking about GM. I kind of used to talking about it a bit without Beth, because I know she's been so busy throughout the whole time I've been an admin.
Yeah.
And she's an amazing person. She's hilarious. So awesome. Yeah, but I feel weird talking about it without Shauna.
I know. Shauna is amazing. She does so much for us. And seriously, that girl can whip together amazingly gorgeous graphics in like no time flat.
She's making those banners and stuff for loads
and
of people.
And websites, she's a whiz.
I mean, everything on our website we pretty much owe to Shauna.
Oh, awesome.
And then Beth's husband worked on it a bit too, right? Or her boyfriend?
Beth did most of it, and then her boyfriend hopped in and did a lot of the tweaks. But and then Shauna has done all the updates, and she's amazing.
And it's always nice coming into a project trying to help it grow, and already having all of the graphics that you need available. So
I keep forgetting I have that sound on for my subscriptions. Excuse me.
It's okay. I didn't know
it catches me off guard. Yeah, so I've got the website pulled up already, actually. Since we have this, let me switch to the thingy. Yeah, there we go. I did it. Okay, so I've got there it is. Okay, I've got the about page on at the moment, but you talk about so Shauna and Best Fella has been helping out with the website, building it up from scratch, and it's quite it's got lots of content on this website already. Let's see. So you got there's lots of groups. So how many groups? How many groups did Gaming Mummies like begin with? Is it just basically just games?
I mean, I don't know. I think that Gaming Mommies probably just started with one group
Mm.
and then started branching out with that, right, Jen? Jen?
Sorry, I keep forgetting I need to hit control. I've been talking this whole time. I was just going on and on and on.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, we started with just the Discuss group. That was all we had. And we expanded from there. And then slowly but surely, we kind of let people know, hey, if we've got enough people interested, we'll open up another group. And yeah, so we've ended up with all the groups that you see now.
And now we have 26. I don't actually think that the website is correct. It looks like a few might be missing.
Oh my. Let me scroll down. Oh, there you go. There's more.
Yeah, there's actually more than that. The more accurate list for the groups, if you go to our Facebook page on the side, it does have a tab for groups, and then that has a list of all of the Gaming Mommies groups.
Oh, blimey.
And there are 26 of them. And they range from anything like My Little Pony to a Final Fantasy group, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
And we have groups for generalized things like PlayStation all the way down to more niche things like we have a Sims group that's actually fairly active. We have cosplay groups and crafty groups, Dungeons and Dragons. We even have a book club. So we have a lot of stuff going on, and we need a lot of moderators. So we have a really big team of moderators too.
Oh, yeah. I'll ask you questions about that kind of thing very shortly,
Okay.
actually, which is quite on topic. Let's see. OBS, please. I'll leave that on for now. Let's see. So with all these groups, then, have you found like the direction of Gaming Mummies change over the years, or is it very much like a natural like progression of adding more and more groups to the Facebook community as more people come aboard?
I think it's more like breathing. When something gets popular, everybody wants a group for it.
Mm.
And then as it slowly becomes not as popular, it kind of collapses, and we tend to get rid of groups that are not necessarily active. We kind of push them into other groups, kind of condense them a little bit. And so we find that, for instance, as soon as Overwatch came out, everybody wanted an Overwatch group. We made an Overwatch group. It was super active for the first 6 months. And now we're lucky if we get a post once a week or so in it.
Oh yeah, it's no longer Flavor the Month, eh?
Yeah, so it kind of changes a little bit, but there have definitely been more groups now than there were 2 years ago. We have a really big, it's a really big community, and everybody wants a group for the thing they want to talk about. So recently, what we did was we made a community group, because we have Discuss, and Discuss is ladies only. Because sometimes us ladies want to discuss things that we don't really want to discuss in front of gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
And so we made a community group where everybody's welcome. And you can talk about anything you want to in the community group. You've started playing Worms. I don't remember if you remember that game from way back.
Oh, I remember Worms.
You started playing Worms again, and you think it's the most incredible thing ever, and you want to find out if somebody else plays it too and see if you can connect to them. That is the group to post that in.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, there's a PC group, an Xbox group, and a PlayStation group, as well as a Nintendo group. So if there's even a Pokemon group. So if you play Pokemon Go and you want to add 100 different people to your friends list, there is a file for that inside the Pokemon group. So it just kind of really depends on how people feel, I guess.
Yeah. Now the communities group was added recently, I do believe. So
yeah, it is new.
Yeah. So is this open to more like family members, or is it still just parents?
So all of the groups, with the exception of fitness and discuss, are open to anybody, regardless of whether you're a parent or an aunt or an uncle or a grandparent or just a sibling, or you're just a person who wants to find people who are really nice to play with. They're all open to that. Most of our groups tend to primarily be women. The name kind of draws in women, typically. A lot of our moms actually are, quote, moms, refer to themselves as fur moms because they have fur babies. So they have their animals and stuff, and that's how they kind of relate to the group a little bit.
Oh, okay.
But you don't need to be a parent in order to join Gaming Mommies at all. You just need to be a good person. You just need to be a nice person, somebody who's going to understand. If we're playing a really hardcore match in PUBG or something, and my kid is puking in the hallway, you're not going to sit there and cuss me out.
Yes.
You're going to be like, oh my God, go take care of your kid. And that's kind of the people that we're trying to draw in. And the community group is for everybody, because I feel we did a big survey a few months ago. And one of the big things people asked for was a group where everybody was welcome, so that like husbands and men in their lives and the women could feel that they could all belong to this group.
Mm-hmm.
And so Discuss was not that. So we made Gaming Mommies Community. So we have that now. And it's just supposed to be your entire community. So if you have a really good mate of yours, and he's just an awesome fellow, and you think that he would benefit or love being in our group, fantastic. We do Extra Life every year.
Yes.
Which is, if nobody else out there knows what that is, it's a charity stream, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
You stream and it gets donated to children's hospitals. Any kind of money that you raise during that time period. And two of the guys who streamed last year for me on my team were 21 and did not have children, but they were really great guys.
Yeah.
So you don't have to be a parent. You do have to be cool.
Yes. We have a cool meter that we apply to people.
It's secret. Facebook hides it inside the algorithm. Yes. As long as you get like a 3 or higher, we're generally okay.
Mm-hmm. Now, go back to like the management of Gaming Mommies, because now there is so many groups. That means a lot more hands on deck, right?
Yeah, it definitely does.
Yeah. So how is that going? Like, is it hard to manage people like that? Like a lot of people.
Yes.
Kind of like herding cats. I don't know if you've ever tried to train a cat to do something.
I haven't personally.
I have
seen videos on YouTube.
Online, yeah. It is something you can do, but it requires like constant supervision and reinforcement. And I think that that's a pretty good idea of what it's like to manage. I'm just looking real quick to see 33 moderators and admins is how many we have right now. Jen, would you say that's fairly accurate?
Oh yeah.
What the challenges have you encountered, like, because managing people as well, and managing the managers, and also trying to like make sure your schedule is all matching up? And
we try to have meetings quarterly or so, and we try to rotate the time that we're available for that we can meet for these meetings. And then the admins, we talk constantly. Constantly. It's like our messages. We have our own little chat in Facebook, and it just literally we say good morning to each other. We're always talking to each other. We're best friends now. And I was just looking at your chat there. Attention span.
They're being cheeky because they know they can't retaliate. I can't retaliate right now.
Yeah, they're being cheeky. Basically, just talking to them and positive reinforcement, asking them what their needs are, making sure that they have everything that they need to succeed. Usually people don't volunteer to be moderators who don't want to actually do the work of moderating. Occasionally you get the person who wants the glory but none of the bad work, the actual tough love and everything. But most of the time, most of our moderators are pretty good. We just every now and then we all need a little bit of a reminder. And yeah. Reminders are good.
Reminders are good. So has social media like Facebook has evolved over time. Has this helped you at all, like with tools that you're presented with that you can use, or how Facebook helps you manage groups as well? Has there been big changes over the years? Has it gotten easier? Like you've mentioned the algorithm of Facebook, and that's affected a lot of people as well.
I feel like we get a lot, because we're a bigger group now, we get a lot of people who are oof people. They're not real people. They're just trying to come in and either advertise something, or they're trying to I don't know. I don't even know what they would do. They're not real profiles.
Yeah.
Of real people, and we get a lot of that, and they're getting really good at making those profiles, and so sometimes they slip through, and we try really hard not to let that happen. But I think that has been, it's always been an issue, but I think it's been more of an issue in the last year or so. Jen, do you have any?
Sorry, I have obnoxious children in the background, but yes, I agree completely. But yeah, of all the innovations and changes that Facebook keeps trying to make, I really wish they could get better. They keep saying they're cracking down on fake profiles, but I really don't see it, to be honest with you. I see way too many people who have real profiles that get cracked down on because they're using a nickname or something like that, and it's absolutely stupid. I belong to one of the Facebook power admin groups that I got invited to, and I hear some really valid complaints every day, and you go, really? Listen to these complaints, guys, and stop concentrating on the wrong things, but that's a whole nother tangent.
So I think that the fake profiles have become a bigger thing on Facebook, and we're seeing them infiltrate some of our groups more and more, and they can look pretty real at first, and sometimes it can be really hard to tell, and they've gotten good at, used to be you get somebody to join the group and they would just post a link to literally click this link and go get XYZ, and then they'll get money or whatever, but lately they've gotten good with that. They're posting things that almost look appropriate for the groups. They almost look like they're gaming related, and they might be, but they're still trying to make money, and a lot of times there's some questionability to the links that they're posting. For instance, recently they posted something to do with Key Hub, and my understanding is that may or may not be questionable keys that they sell on this website. So we asked them not to post that, and on a second review of what we were looking at, found out that these profiles were indeed fake. And it's actually been starting to bleed over onto our Discord now as well.
Oh yes, I was going to bring that up as well, because Discord, I've noticed recently there are fake accounts on there as well, and they're bots too. We had that person contact us privately and try to show us photos.
Exactly.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Somebody came into the Discord and contacted at least 5 people that I know of, and sent them hey, look at this picture of me, but it almost seemed real. They were saying, hey, I'm so glad to join your Discord. Here's a picture of me. And I was like, okay, welcome to the Discord.
Yeah,
I wasn't a board
it
character
felt
at
kind of like
first.
Star Trek. Anyway, they were like, as soon as I responded, like, hi, who are you? Like, other thing. Like, here's some photos. Would you like some more? Like,
Yeah,
block. It's very
exactly.
bizarre.
And it was brought up to me that she'd done this to a few people, and so we
Yeah.
got rid of her. So,
They must have been
yeah.
using some sort of like bot chat AI as well, just because of how quick their responses were and how not so much natural, but they'd pose themselves as to be like their English speaking skill was actually like the secondary language. Like it was
Yeah,
very
exactly.
clever.
It was, and if that been kind of across the board. I think now I'm not necessarily the one who always accepts people to groups because kind of the way that our structure works is we have the overcompassing admins, and then we have moderators for each individual group. And the moderators are kind of in charge of like invigorating the group by posting things every now and then that's relevant, as well as as well as accepting people to the group and moderating the chat. But anytime I have actually gone in and said, oh, look, there's somebody applying to come into here, I'd say about half the time I'm rejecting because they are fake profiles. So I don't know that that's an accurate number, of course, because I'm not the one always doing it, but it does seem to be pretty high in Facebook.
Yeah. I'm always wondering what the next thing will be after Facebook, because beforehand there was MySpace. Does anyone remember that?
Right.
And then I've actually recently I was looking at what happened to Tom, because everyone was friends with Tom on MySpace.
Yes.
And apparently he's a photographer now, and a very good one. But yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Go Tom.
I'm very proud of Tom. We felt, we had a connection with the whole community, But yeah, so now we got Facebook, and I'm just wondering, like, what's next? Because it feels like Facebook won't be around for at least, I don't know. I think it's on its last legs, it seems, because there's so many like controversies with it now.
I think that Discord is really moving up. I would have said Twitter before, but I don't feel like people get the community feeling they want from Twitter. But Discord, and although our Discord is fairly quiet and we would like it to be more active, I feel like Discord is where people tend to go. It's easily accessible on your phone. You can be part of multiple different servers. It can feel as private or as public as you want it to be. And you can allow certain people to do certain things, but not other things. So there's a lot more controllability around it. And it seems like almost everybody I know has their own Discord server. And so it's like, this is my group of friends. And then people will invite friends to that, especially in the gaming community. It's booming so big. You can talk to somebody via voice, and then other people can drop into the conversation, or you can just chat by text. You can show pictures, and none of it is publicly available.
No,
so long as you have your keys and stuff locked down, and that's what I mean. It can be as big or as little. So.
Yeah, I wonder. I mean, I find that I use Discord a lot more these days. I mean, I check Facebook a couple of times a day.
I still don't see it replacing Facebook. Until we have something that's got more of a community sense, and I just don't see something on the horizon just yet that encompasses all the things that Facebook does. So I do totally agree with you that Facebook is on its downswing. I don't think that there's something there just yet that's going to take its place. I just don't see it. But all the other social medias that are out there, they've all got bits and pieces. but I don't think they kind of have all of it. I think that Facebook's going through a pretty nasty bit of PR right now.
Yeah.
I just don't. But I do think you're right. I do think it's on the downswing. I just don't think we've got something else out there just yet that's going to be able to take that over.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, also, I suppose it's like, yeah, they have to encourage everybody to move to another platform at the same time.
Yeah.
And that won't happen unless there's a big exodus, like, I guess, like... I mean,
And that would be hard.
Yeah, we've got the bot and, like, private information controversy going on right now with Facebook. But
right, and I think with the thing is you're going to have a hard time getting anybody to move anywhere. As I mentioned before, we opened the community group, and it's been steadily growing, albeit at a slower pace. But our Discuss group has 2,000 members, and our community group has considerably less. And it has 127. There we go. I just found the number. And we can't even get the majority of our members to join this group and discuss games kind of in this group and allow Discuss to be more of a women's area. Much less join the Discord. The Discord has started to grow a bit more, but it is still quite difficult to get it to grow. I think we have maybe 200 people on the Discord. And although that's a lot to have on one Discord, it's nowhere near the amount of people we have in any of the Gaming Mommies groups.
Oh, not to mention
Mistress Moonsick says, I thought Discord was only for PC gaming. What's your thoughts on that?
I feel like it can be for PC gaming, but if you have headphones, I mean, it can be on your phone or something like that. I'm not really a console gamer personally, but I know that it is usable on other platforms. Typically, though, I believe most consoles have some sort of, in any game that is like a game where you need to communicate with people in your party, it usually has its own built-in communication systems, whereas PC gaming is not necessarily always that way. So Discord fills that role on PC gaming, but I still feel like it can fill a role for console gaming as a communication and things like that.
It's used in my personal experience, it's used a lot for tabletop gaming as well. Actually, like if you can't physically play with other people, I've used it with friends for playing, via voice communication, playing D&D and stuff. That's pretty cool. And I've also talked. I'm a part of fitness discords as well, and there's like a big community that I discuss stuff there. And it's good for announcing streams. A lot of people do that too. They have their stream communities in Discord.
I'm part of a one community that I'm part of on Discord is specifically to help support Twitch streamers. Although they've branched out into YouTube and Mixer as well now too.
AFK
yeah. And there are plenty of people who play console on there. There was jokes that it's okay. That's pretty good. That's Nintendo's official communication platform. That's a good one. But yeah, I think the Discord. I mean, although initially I think it was meant to replace like Ventrilo or TeamSpeak or something like that. It's meant to be another PC gaming communication kind of thing. It's turned into more of a community forum. It almost feels like the old instant messengers to me sometimes, where you can just hop into a room and say hi, and all the people you know are in that room chatting away. And yeah, I remember that. AOL Instant Messenger or MSN.
Yeah, Discord is much simpler to handle and check out. That's probably why I like it.
Yeah.
It's easy.
So, definitely check out Discord. It's one of those things that once you download it, though, you won't have anywhere to go unless somebody invites you to their server. So I know that the server for Gaming Mommies is out there. If you wanted to join Gaming Mommies, it's definitely available. And yours too?
Amy, oh gosh. Sorry, I'm distracted.
Yeah, Discord. I was just saying your Discord is on here too, correct?
Oh yes, that's right. My Discord.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, Jen.
Plug. Anyway. So yeah, let's move on. So let's see if I asked this already. So we've talked about like managing people, like admins and stuff as well, and we talked about managing the actual members too. Let's see. GM. Okay, good. So Gaming Mommies also have a Twitch and YouTube channel. With the changes to YouTube and streaming, with the changes of YouTube, has streaming become more of a focal point? Because I know you used to upload a lot of videos to the YouTube channel, and now you're now like trying to move towards Twitch instead.
I think that might have more to do with the change in who's really focusing on adminning. So Beth did most of the YouTube, as well as another moderator we used to have who's no longer a moderator with us. And when I came in, I was more interested in building our Twitch page because I felt that Twitch is kind of where streaming and gaming is kind of going. I'm in the naughty corner.
Excuse me, don't put my guests on a naughty corner, thank you.
And I really I thought this was great. This is something that I could kind of play with and do, and our Twitch page has already built up just a smidge, and so I just kind of started doing it. And Gaming Mommies is affiliated and has been now since I believe the beginning of the year. And it's just really nice. It's a different kind of Twitch page than most people really have. Most people have a Twitch page where, you know, you watch the Twitch and you know exactly who you're going to be watching. And ours is more of a community kind of feel. Any of our moderators are allowed to sign up to be part of our Twitch team and stream directly to Gaming Mommies. They just have to talk to me first, because that's exactly what I'm actually in charge of. And I get them set up and help them get streaming to the page, and they can stream anything they want to, as long as we just ask that it's PG-13. Thank you, Jen. Jen says I am the Twitch queen.
You are the Twitch queen. Oh yeah, you've been like I know you've done like Facebook Live or like streams just to help people set up and talk them through setting up like OBS Definitely. And the Twitch page and that kind of thing.
Yeah, I like helping people, even if it's to help them with their own personal stuff as well. I'm happy to help out. But we have 3 or 4 people now streaming somewhat regularly to our Twitch channel, and so it's kind of more like you can always zoom into Gaming Mommies, and so long as you're not tuning in at 10 o'clock at night, more than likely you're going to find something that is appropriate to watch with your kids, which is kind of nice, because Twitch is definitely not the most kid-friendly universe sometimes.
No,
and
with children.
Yeah, you definitely do. And occasionally you'll actually find some of us streaming with our kids, which can be kind of funny and entertaining because little kids are hilarious. I know that Shauna, which is Woomy recently streamed with her son.
Yes, I've caught a stream with her kiddo.
Yeah, they had great fun doing it, and apparently it was a big blast and it went over really well. The other thing that's cool about our particular channel is that nobody profits off of it. The only thing that profits off of it is the person that hosts our website. So what I mean by that is that anything we make from it at any point, if we ever get a check from it, which is definitely not the point, goes straight to the person who pays for the website, which right now is Jen, because she's awesome. And she pays for the website, and if we have anything left over, we do giveaways. And we do giveaways a lot of times anyways. Sometimes we can get stuff from, we can get game keys and things like that to do giveaways with, and that's really fun. Haven't gotten one in a while, though. I should probably start working on that.
Giveaways are fun.
They are. The only thing that makes them not fun is when you have to give away something that you really want.
Oh.
And you're not allowed to even participate in the giveaway because then it would seem unfair.
Yeah,
Jen says ask for two.
Ask for a sample.
That's a good point. I should do that more.
That's what you do, Jen. That's funny.
That is really funny.
It's smart. You know, you get the sample and you can test it out thoroughly. Make sure it's good to give away, you know.
I've tried to get things. Now, the hard part is that I've tried to get things that are maybe a little bit more fun other than game keys, like makeup and stuff. And people are like, gaming mommies, do they really use makeup? And I'm like, we're still women. We still like makeup sometimes.
Yeah. I've gotten candles and stuff for us before.
Oh.
Have you? I've never gotten.
Remember I got those that set of Harry Potter candles to give away?
Oh yeah, that's right. That sponsorship with Bath and Body Works. Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna go over well. My allergies alone might die.
Oh no.
Do women want makeup? This is a good question.
Hey, if gaming daddies like makeup too, no judgment. I mean, I personally think makeup is for everybody. Go wild.
It is, yeah. I mean, for everybody who wants to wear it should wear it.
And sparkle, then I fully support you.
That's the other thing I wanted to mention real quick too, is that even though we are more of a family kind of centered group, we welcome everybody regardless of orientation or whatever your beliefs are. We're not in any way restrictive.
Mm-hmm.
We're probably the least judgmental people you'll find.
Yeah, I mean, we have a. I mean, this is somewhat to the side step of that, but we have a special needs group as well.
Yes.
And Jen and I, as well as Shauna, all of us have children with special needs. And so we're like really nice people, and we get it. But we also know how to take care of business, so. So you gotta behave.
No messing.
Oh my gosh, it's so hot here that I'm
really?
like sweating in my chair. Yeah, I'm gonna grab a towel.
Oh yeah,
I don't want to be all sweaty. Yeah, I am. I'm in Phoenix, and it's supposed to storm today, so the humidity is rising, and it's 104 outside right now. Fahrenheit. That's gosh, I don't even know what that is in everybody else.
Hot degrees, yes.
Let's see. That is 40 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Glittering beard. There is glitter beards. Have you not seen the beard men?
Yeah.
The beard men are
really nice. That Christmas time I've seen really nice Christmas beards.
Yeah, they had a really good Valentine's one this year.
Yeah.
Too. Glitter armpits. That's a good idea. Next time I don't feel like shaving, I should do that.
Ah.
And nobody can complain then. They're beautiful and sparkly.
I'm going to behave myself.
Please do. As much as we talk about being PG-13, it doesn't mean we're all like... I don't even know what the next word in that sentence should be. It doesn't mean that we act like children, I guess we should say.
And I'm probably...
Do you know me? I think everyone...
I would love it if my husband let me glitter his beard. Like, even if it was just for, like, Halloween or something, but he would never let me do that.
You get him to shape it into a bat. right? Just,
Into a bat?
Just, you know, get the molding, like, you know, quack stuff you can get with for facial
like a pomade,
hair.
yeah.
And just like left side, right side, like put them into wings, you know, stick two
Do that.
googly eyes in there.
That would be pretty awesome.
Yep. just tell him I said it was okay. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, sure. I'll let him know. You know, it's okay. I'm
okay,
gonna turn
don't
your
worry.
beard into a bat.
Yep.
Kim Leek said it was fine.
Yep,
Leek said it was just fine.
Perfectly fine. Okay, let's see. What's my next question? Oh yes, what sort of games, since we were on the topic of streaming and PG-13 stuff and whatnot, what sort of games does Gaming Mummies stream? Like, how do people get involved from the group? I think you mentioned it briefly already.
Right, so are you saying what kind of games can people stream if they wanted to?
Yeah, well,
join,
I mean, there's a wide variety of games that are streamed on the channel.
Yeah, so Final Fantasy gets streamed every week, as you know. And so does, I think that Shauna has been streaming Stardew Valley, which I try really hard to watch because I love Shauna, but I really can't stand Stardew Valley.
Oh.
But I love Shauna, so I do it anyways.
Oh.
And then I'm kind of at a loss lately. I was streaming World of Warcraft for a long time, and then I started streaming The Witcher and decided that was a game better left to my channel, because it's definitely not PG-13 at times. And yeah, it can get a little intense there at times. And then, oh gosh, what did I? Oh, I've been streaming Divinity 2 with a friend of mine.
Yes, I asked you about that.
Yeah, and Jen, you were streaming Pillars of Eternity?
Yes.
Have you done anything else?
I did some Goat Simulator on my channel.
Goat Simulator.
I think that is like a perfect game.
I've never played
Goat Simulator
that. I've always been curious. Could you tell me about your experience, please?
If you're ever having a day where you just want to smash things, you really want to go play Goat Simulator.
You've had a bad day,
spider goat.
Goat Simulator.
Exactly. You can turn into like this devil goat, and so you like get possessed by this demon, and you turn into this scary looking devil goat, and then you can lick things, and then you get stuck to them, and then you smash things and fly in the air. It's actually quite fun.
You can also be a spider goat. It was we had gotten a Kindle, and the first game I was looking at free games to download just to mess with the Kindle itself a little bit. And I like Goat Simulator. Oh my gosh, what is that? Do you like raise goats? And so I downloaded it, and you can be a spider goat, like Spider-Man.
Awesome.
And you can shoot webs, and then like pull yourself up on top of buildings as a goat. But I think that the best thing about it was that you could just like run down the street and like ram people and cars and all kinds of things until they like blow up.
Yes.
Oh, I need this game.
You need it.
I need this game.
I have a game called the Banner Saga that I want to.
Oh yes, yes. I've
stream
heard good things about this.
I had started it and then I went, oh my gosh, this game is so pretty. It's an RPG, and so I really want to do it on stream sometime. So maybe I'll start with that. That's what I'll do.
Yeah, I'd love to watch that.
Yeah, it's really pretty. I used to stream Destiny, and the guys that I streamed with were just not very kind. And so I decided that I was better off not doing that. They were not Gaming Mommies material. They ranked below a 3 on the coolness scale, apparently.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose when you have to be like, you have to really like be patient, and the type of, I suppose, because Destiny is like also like a FPS, right?
Yeah, it's an FPS, and there's a
Yeah.
raid in it, so you have to work together. And
Yeah, that's
there were some tempers that were getting short, and then there was a couple guys who just had an absolute did not care for. I try to ask them. I say Goonies rules, PG-13. You're allowed to say the F word once, and they just had an absolute disrespect for that kind of
no.
that. I mean, I was just asking it of them, and they really didn't care. So I moved on.
Yeah,
But that's okay. That's kind of what gaming's about, and that's where Gaming Mommies kicks in. Because I suppose I should know better. I could just go on there and ask if anybody plays Destiny 2 on PC, and find some more people to play with.
Yeah, I suppose because the whole like point of this community is to get away from certain attitudes, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So when setting up the stream and stuff, what sort of thing have you been helping people with? Like because you've been explaining a lot of things. What is the main like prop issues people have been like coming across when they try to set up stream? Is there any tips that you'd like to give for people who want to start out streaming?
Well, it's a lot easier if you start out streaming to your own channel. And try that out a couple times first, because to stream to another channel, you have to have their stream key, which means they have to give you permission. And in order to access the panel that allows you to edit everything, it's a little convoluted. You have to go through dashboard, and then I think it's permissions, and then you have to open the edit link that's there. You have to open it in a new tab, otherwise it won't work. Which is totally weird why they would have it set up like that. But I guess they want everybody streaming to their own page. I would say, as of right now, the best streaming program to use is Streamlabs OBS. Pull that up, play with it a little bit. You can record to your desktop, so you're not test streaming like constantly to your stream. Another thing somebody recommended to me that I thought was a pretty good idea was to make a second account that like nobody cares about on Twitch, and then test stream to that account until you get all of your things set up the way you want them to be, so that you're not actually irritating your viewers. And then, sorry, I was just looking at your chat again. They're distracting me with their Goat Simulator conversations. And then, just play with it. Look at the themes. I mean, Streamlabs OBS has really made it very much so a lot easier to get into streaming. And before, your options were XSplit and OBS. XSplit was a little bit easier to use, but you didn't get as many features, and it hogged your system quite a bit more than OBS did. And OBS is Open Broadcasting Software. That's what it stands for.
Yes.
And it's the program by itself, just as OBS, is kind of daunting when you look at it. You open it up, and it's kind of like if anybody has ever downloaded like Photoshop for the first time, and you open it up and you're like, where are the buttons? Why isn't this working?
Oh God,
I deleted it.
So Streamlabs OBS is a lot more user friendly.
It is totally user friendly. You can open Streamlabs OBS, you connect it to your Twitch, it automatically pulls in your stream key, and then you can look at a theme that you like. So a theme is like the layout that you have right now. So if you want a webcam or things like that, all the little elements are movable around on your screen once you've downloaded one of the themes. You can delete them, you can resize them, you can insert different text, you can add text. You have things like the tip jar, which is, I see you have a tip jar on yours. You can add things like that, and they're really easy to just kind of keep everything in one spot. And so I feel like if you open it and you just look at it, spend like half an hour getting to know it, maybe watch a YouTube video on how to do it, and then it's really simple. And now when I get ready to stream, because I've been doing it for so long, but I've only had Streamlabs OBS for 3 months, maybe 4 months. And when I get ready to stream, I really only have to sit down at my desk 10 minutes before my stream starts. It used to be I'd have to sit down like 45 minutes because I had to make sure everything was working and everything was updated because OBS updates constantly. But Streamlabs OBS, I really feel like if you're new to the game and you really want to get into streaming, just get to know that program, play with it. Once you get to know that program, look at the Streamlabs chatbot, which is a little bit more complicated. And there are a few videos on YouTube about how to set that up the way you want it to be. But it can be a really good tool to have too, so that you're not constantly trying to split yourself between playing the game, talking to the chat, and then actually posting and typing in the chat as well. That's my advice.
Oh, good. Yes, yes. Okay.
I mean, I could walk you through how to do it, but this might take a bit longer than you want.
Well, the good thing about the community
Oh my gosh!
that we
Somebody
have.
bought you a Goat Simulator.
Oh boy.
And the space add-on.
Yes. Okay. All right. This is happening, eh? Look forward to this, please. Alright, let's see. How about with YouTube? What's the differences between, like, do they just need like the account information to upload to YouTube, or?
I'm not really sure exactly how to upload to YouTube because it's not something I've actually done a whole lot of streaming to YouTube. I've uploaded videos to YouTube, and that's something you do on their website.
Yeah.
But streaming directly to it, I believe that Streamlabs OBS has a place where you can link your account, and I'm pretty sure you have to set it up on their website so that you can stream to it. Like you have to turn it on, kind of. Like tell it, yes, I want to stream from this account. And then I'm pretty sure it's just as simple as Twitch. Although you don't have as many like in-screen goodies, like the chat scroll and things like that.
Well, is there like any like future plans for the YouTube channel, or is it? Are you just gonna just focus on the Twitch?
So right now, I'm focusing on Twitch. Unfortunately, with Twitch, you're not allowed to post YouTube videos until 24 hours later. And right now, we don't have any admins who are interested in trying to chop up videos to post. We used to have somebody who could do that, but they're no longer with us. They were really good at it, so it's kind of sad that we don't have them to do it for us anymore. But the moment somebody says, hey, I'd like to do some stuff with the YouTube, we'll be like, yes, please, thank you. Here's how you access it, and let me show you what to do.
So the community is very open to volunteers.
Yeah, definitely. We usually try to get moderators to do some of those things, because once you start talking about passwords and things like that, there's a level of So, but we're usually looking for good moderators for channels. We have a few groups that need moderators.
So besides the streaming and the videos, like I've seen on the website here, there's like blogs and reviews.
Yeah. So some of our moderators, specifically Sefaria, I have no clue how she says her name. It's Seafayra. She writes a lot. She loves writing. Apparently, it's like a passion of hers. And so she writes a ton of these little reviews and things. If you notice, her name's on probably 90% of them at this point. And then, Jen, do you write stuff occasionally?
Yeah, every now and then.
I'm really bad at writing things down. I've always thought, let me sit down and I'll write a review for this Comic-Con I attended for GM, and I get about a paragraph out, and I'm like, oh, I thought that would be longer. and and then I feel bad and delete it. So usually I do more of the Facebook lives or the Twitch streams and things.
So,
But
is there a different like do people just ask to write the reviews and the blogs and the news? How do they approach doing
if
this?
somebody wants to write a blog or a review, they can just contact us, one of the moderators or an admin, or isn't there a contact on the website?
Yeah, they can just contact it. They can contact on the website. They can let us know they're interested. If they submit an article or two, I'll look it over. One of us can look it over. And after they've submitted a couple articles and they look good, I can set them up as a writer.
And we like people who want to do that. It is a big group, and there's a lot of things to be doing, and it is hard. Do it all, and so we love all of the little pieces of our community that kind of come together to make things move. Like that one right there, Micro Maiden. That's actually Beth. But they do a great job at it.
Yeah, it's nice to see this content as well.
We try to post. Usually, we don't throw all of the links out to every single group, but we do try to put them out to the community to discuss, and of course on the main page. And then on the front page of the Gaming Mommies, we have like pictures of people with their kids and stuff. And people, if you really want to have your kid on the front page, you can totally submit a picture to us and we'd be happy to put it up there. We're always looking for new stuff to put there.
I've been curious, like with the rise of social media and like how content is now put out, how are like standalone websites faring? Do you get a lot of hits, or do you find yourself having to just pull it to like your Facebook page just to get people to traffic to go there?
I think go ahead, Jen.
Oh, I was just going to say we definitely get a lot more Facebook traffic than we do website traffic. I mean, we do get some people that are primarily on the website, but I'd say we have to plug it on Facebook to get people to actually go to the website. But there's only so much you can really put on Facebook. So the website ends up being more of a placeholder for all your stuff when you want to put more content than you can hold on Facebook. So the website actually ends up being more of a placeholder than it really is a destination anymore.
Okay.
At least for us, it ends up being where all because our main community is on Facebook. I mean, we have other social medias as well, but as far as it goes and as far as where we get most of our people from, it definitely is.
Yeah, so I feel like the website is a really nice, like a scrapbook kind of. We have a calendar on there, and it usually gets updated. I think it needs to be updated. But we have the calendar on there, and we have pictures, and it's a nice place to point people to. Oh, you're interested in Gaming Mommies? Well, you can say we're on Facebook, or we have gamingmommies.org. I have met a few people recently who aren't on Facebook, but still want to connect with the community, and so they'll use the website, and then they find the Discord through that, or Twitter or something like that as well.
Yeah, I suppose it's still very good to have like many avenues for people to find you.
Yeah, we're on all the major social medias just so we keep them covered for people who aren't Facebook people. But yeah, the majority of it's on Facebook. I mean, that's where we started. That's where everything kind of built. But we do keep a presence elsewhere for people who aren't big Facebook fans.
Okay, right. Since the chat is being cheeky, chat, do you have any questions to ask my guests? Please pose your questions now. So while chat's doing this, yes. So you mentioned like conventions and stuff. Is there any conventions that Gaming Mommies like go to frequently each year, or are planning to go to?
We're going to Sabaton Con out here again. This year, I went last year. and Sabotan Con is an anime and Japanese convention.
Mm-hmm.
And Sabotan means cactus,
Yes.
which I learned because I played Final Fantasy.
Saboten is a cactus in Japanese, yeah.
Yeah, and so that's somewhere I go and I log on to our Facebook page and I do I take pictures throughout the day, getting permission from people, of course, first. Usually people in cosplay, and then I will upload it either throughout the day or kind of as a mass upload at the end of the day. I usually about 3 times during the day. It's first thing in the morning, middle of the day, and at the evening. Kind of give an update on how I felt the con was. You know, if I had gone to a thing recently, to a different panel, or like we went to a concert that was Japanese baby metal, which I'd never heard of before that, and it was really, it was really awesome. It was a band called Hollow Mellow, and they were really quite amazing, even though they didn't really speak English very well, because they tried, and she ended up bungling a complete phrase, which was pretty funny, but it was still adorable. And so then I'll talk about it, or occasionally I'll even pull a person who did a panel aside and get them to do like a quick little interview on our Facebook page with me as well.
That's great.
I went to RinCon, which is a tabletop gaming convention in Tucson, Arizona last year with Gaming Mommies. I'm trying to go again this year. I think they have new management, and so they're not so sure, but I'm working on it. And that was really, really quite fun last year. Even though it was smaller, it was still quite a bit of fun. Jen, didn't you go to a con once for gaming?
Yeah. I like going to SuperCon down here. It's huge. Down in Fort Lauderdale. And it's nice because it's close. But they have just about everything down there. And we went a couple weeks ago, took the kids, and we had a blast. I didn't dress up this year because it was really, really, really hot. And it's ridiculously humid down here because of, we're in the tropics. But it's a lot of fun. It's great to get to connect with people and get to meet people and just, be around your fellow geeks.
That's actually, you bring up a good point. That's one of the things that we talk to our mods and stuff about. If anybody is a moderator with Gaming Mommies and they want to go to a con, we're happy to let them go on behalf of Gaming Mommies. Just tell us what the con is asking from them. Which is, I think, is probably one of the nicer perks of being part of Gaming Mommies. Get to go to the con for free. Sometimes it just means you got to kind of cover it a little bit as a news agency, because that's what you're there as. You're part of the media.
Yes. There you go.
Yeah.
You can get a press pass.
Exactly. And sometimes getting a press pass is nice, because it's like, here, you get to go in this line that has 2 people in it. And sometimes getting a press pass is not nice, because they're like guests first. And you're press, so you don't get to go first.
You have to wait.
Yeah, you got to kind of wait a little bit, but it's definitely it was definitely worth it. They all forgot their questions.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm trying to think of one.
About
if you were to make a game of your very own, what would it be? I mean, with like, if you like made like a Gaming Mommies based game, what would it be? Would it be like The Sims? Would it be like an FPS?
Could I make one where my children actually listen to me and do what they're told and don't bother me for the 1 hour that I ask?
Oh, fantasy genre. Okay.
Yes.
That's not very realistic. I think
you said if I could make any game.
If I had to make a game and pick a genre that, like, let's just say Gaming Mommies is a game and it fell into a genre, I'd say it's probably a little bit of like fantasy MMO and a little bit battle royale.
I want things to blow up too.
Blow up.
I mean, that can happen in Battle Royale. We can have like hand grenades or something.
Yeah.
I just wanted to mention too, like numbers, because I know we hadn't talked about numbers at all. On Twitter, we have 1,089 followers.
Oh, great.
And on Facebook, we have 33,000 likes and 32,000 followers. This is a big numbers.
Yes. When was your like memory of it suddenly like numbers blowing up? Do you recall suddenly thinking, oh whoa, we have people who watch us?
Oh wow.
Mm.
Well, as far as like the website, you know, like Facebook itself or with Twitch?
Oh, whichever.
Well, with Facebook, when I first started, we only had a couple thousand people, period, on the whole Facebook page. And now we're at 36,000?
34,000 likes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was crazy. It was like all of a sudden we just started exploding and getting all over the place. And that was probably, we really started exploding maybe 4 years ago. And it took a lot of work to get to that point. And then it just started, you know, slowing down. Because to be honest with you, we really just didn't care so much about getting numbers. It was more about just building a sense of community within our group. Yeah. You know, it's like, okay, we really are cool with what we have. I'd rather just build more community with what we've got and, you know, take those people that we have and just make everyone happy instead of try to grow numbers.
Is there any like tips for people like who are trying to build a community, what they should do?
I think you should be genuine. Because when you're put on a persona, and you can make yourself bigger than you normally would be, and that's fine. But I think you should still be genuine, because if you put on a persona, you always have to be that persona, and then you kind of get this question of, are people following me because they like me and what I'm building, or are they following me because of this persona, of this crazy thing that I'm doing? And when you're genuine, you never have to pretend. And somebody out there is going to like what you're doing. Somebody somewhere is going to like what you're doing. Don't worry about the numbers so much. Focus on having fun. And when you have fun, you naturally kind of bring other people to you because they want to have fun. And if you're having fun, then if they hang out with you, they might be able to have fun too. Kind of like playground advice. That sounds a lot like playground advice.
But it's solid advice though. You know, if you're, I suppose, for people with personas, they have to keep this face up for, and people think that like they're like that in real life as well, which can lead to some problems.
Yeah, and as far as Twitch goes, do the things that you love. You know, I know that like Battle Royale is huge right now, and everybody thinks they need to play Fortnite or PUBG or Realm Royale or any number of Battle Royale genres. And because that's what everybody wants to watch, and that's what everybody's watching, so you have to do it. But if you do it and you're not having fun, or you're only having a little bit of fun, then it's not going to be as successful. The other thing to note is that if you're doing it because everybody else is doing it, then there's a whole lot less people who are going to be looking for you doing it, because there's a whole lot of other people to watch. But if you do something that's fun to you, like I know somebody who does speed runs of like old Mario stuff, and he immensely enjoys dying like 120 times, and I don't understand it, because I could never do that. I would be screaming at the computer screen. I would just lose it. I would completely lose it, and he's okay with it, but he has fun with it. He's like, 55, and he has a counter in the top corner, and he has fun with it. And that's the thing is he's doing the same thing over and over and over again, and you'd think that would not draw in the views, but it does, because he's having fun doing it, and he's enjoying it, and he's joking about it, and he's being funny about it, and so that kind of brings people in. So if you really like playing old school games, play old school games. If you like playing RPGs, play RPGs. If you like playing League of Legends and laughing at all the toxic people, do that. But don't let anything you do make you toxic while you're streaming.
Yeah.
And as far as monitoring a community on Facebook, always have somebody who can help you, even if they're just like your sounding board, because there will be somebody at some point who will say something that it will get to you, and you won't be able to think about it properly, and you'll need to walk away for a minute. And that other person can either help you deal with it, or they can deal with it themselves. Because I've been there.
Agreed.
Jen has dealt with stuff for me. And I've dealt with stuff for Jen.
Oh, yeah. There's been times I've just had to walk away and be like, Mary, I'm going to kill this person. You need to take care of it.
And I'm like, okay, all right. Because I'm kind of the negotiator. A little bit. I try to be nice to everybody. But sometimes that doesn't work.
I'm not always nice.
But sometimes we need that.
Yeah, there are times where you need someone that is basically the banhammer.
That's Jen. Jen is our banhammer. She's giggling maniacally over there. Oh my goodness. I just saw Raven's eye order said, my concern with streaming is my health is making it extremely sporadic or right now non-existent. Yeah, that can happen. And I've totally missed stream due to being like not healthy. Just let your community know that, like, be honest with them. Like, hey guys, streaming is really hard for me right now. I'm really going to try to make it on XYZ, but I don't know if it'll happen. Twitter is really good for keeping up with that, actually. Twitter is great for keeping up with your Twitch community. And then there's actually a feed in your that you can turn on in your Twitch panels. So you can actually treat it like a Facebook wall, so you can post to it. And people usually have pretty good, if your viewers like you, which they do, they're not going to just stop. Typically, people, once they follow you, don't just stop following you. They'll see that you're online and be like, oh, hey, this person's online, I'm going to go watch them again. And then they'll be excited that you're back. So, that's my experience, at least.
Yeah. Alright, there's some other questions. Let's see. Not Coronionis asked, what my question, how did you end up meeting that leak that Whibbles? I am that leak that Whibbles.
How did I meet Leak Whibbles?
Yes.
I met Leak Whibbles while playing Overwatch. And she sounded like Tracer.
Oh yeah, I was doing Tracer impressions, wasn't I?
You could do the Tracer impression.
What did you say? Oh god.
Oh, cheers, love.
Cheers,
and
love,
then
the camera's here.
There you go. And
that's it.
So she did these impressions, and they were hilarious. And she was so quiet. And then I heard her little one. Oh my gosh, how little was he then? He was so little.
He was still 2, I think.
Was he?
Yeah.
How old is he now?
No, wait. No, it was 1. Oh, I don't remember. It was a couple of years ago.
He was small enough to bang pots and pans. I remember that.
Yes.
And so he would bang pots and pans in the background, and you would apologize for him. And I'd be like, that's totally okay. I have kids too. And if I was streaming during the day, you would totally hear them. Or playing during the day, you'd totally hear them. And then I said, hey, we're part of this really awesome community. You should come join us. And then you did. And then... yeah, and then I kind of forced you into being a mod for the Overwatch channel.
I'm very sorry, I've been really terrible checking Overwatch.
And now you do Final Fantasy for us?
Now I'm mainly Final Fantasy modding now. And also I stream for Gaming Mommies as well. You should check out Gaming Mommy's streaming schedule. I do believe it's on the Gaming Mommy's Twitch page.
Might be. It might not. I need to.
I could be lying
set
to
up
you
a better
all.
schedule.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Today is Saturday. The next stream would be tomorrow evening. It'd be yours.
Ah.
That would be the next stream on the Gaming Mommies page.
Yeah, please
And
tune in. There's another question.
and I can't join because my sub ran out.
Oh, it ran out, did it? No.
It did, yeah.
No.
So sad.
Let me know next
But,
time you can get back on.
I will when I get back from my trip. I will.
Yes.
I will be able to.
Then
At that point,
we'll
that's
run the
gonna-
deepest of dungeons and then help you progress.
Yes, I'm having so much fun.
I'm glad.
I never thought that I would like a game more than I like WoW. Shh! Don't tell Blizzard. Don't tell Blizzard. But I really love it. It's super fun.
It is fun. No, I've been playing it.
What is that? Ventusoy? What is that? In the chat.
Ignore Kunai.
Okay.
He's too
Okay,
cheeky.
I will ignore that.
He's very cheeky.
I don't know what I'm looking at.
Okay,
Probably saying
Sybil
something
asks,
horrible.
when is Gaming Mammy's D&D one shot happening on stream?
Oh. I would
'Cause-
love to do that.
Yeah, streaming's very good for D&D. I find.
Not willing to DM.
Why don't you leave one?
Yeah, leak.
I could make one. Yeah, I would be
Yeah,
happy
you
to. I'll do. Yeah, I'll have to write a one shot for Gaming Mummies.
That would be great. That would be super fun. I love
And
playing
you can kill us
D&D.
all.
And I never get to play it. I usually
you
end up
never get to
DMing
play.
it.
You're only DMing. Okay.
Yeah, it's like that that phrase, always the bridesmaid, never the bride. I'm always the DM, never the player.
Oh no! Right, I'll have to make this happen this year then.
That'll be super fun.
Yeah.
I bet you we'd have plenty of people who'd be willing and happy to participate too.
Yeah.
Like me.
No,
You can
I'm
write
happy
me
to.
one.
I love DMing. I started this year, and I'm very happy I have because it's been a hell of fun. It's been a blast.
Yeah, it is really fun DMing. It
Yeah.
can be a bit of a bit wearing on you, but it is
Yes.
super fun.
It is hard work. It is.
It
Hard
is
work.
very hard
But
work.
I appreciate this now as because I've only been a player before, so I do appreciate all the work that goes into it now. Yes, I've killed Raven Eye's Order's character.
So I'll let you know. It is hard to DM and not kill somebody. I DM in real life. That's on IRL or AFK as I like to call it. AFK. I DM a group of teenagers,
Mhm.
and I have 7 kids, and I'm pretty sure I've killed every single one of them at least once. And one of them I know I've killed 3 times in the span of about 2 years.
Oh wow.
So
Yeah.
it's
Well,
really hard to keep you guys alive.
I'll-
You don't make it easy on us.
No. I can only plan so much. I can't. Yeah, I can't. Oh dear. All right, let's see. No, I will. I'll fit this year. I'll have a go. I'll try and get something ready. That'd be
Yeah, that'd be good.
awesome. The only thing I usually just use Roll20,
Okay.
if you know
I
about
think I
that.
have an account, but I haven't ever actually used it because I wanted to play, and then, oddly enough, kind of a shy person when it comes to playing with new people,
Hmm.
and so playing anything with new people, and so I wanted to play, and I got on Roll20. I'm like, but these are strangers,
Yeah.
so I got really nervous about that and kind of backed out.
Well, you know, get a group of people that are interested from the group, and then
Oh yeah, I'm sure we
I'll
can
have to
find
think
at
of
least a
something.
few.
I'll think of something. All right. Well, in that case, so what are the future plans for Gaming Mummies? What would you like to do in the future? What direction you'd like to head in?
I think just kind of keep on keeping on here a little bit. We've been trying to build the or I've been trying to build the Discord a bit more. That can be pretty difficult, getting a community of people to actually talk to each other.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see the Discord be more active. I'd like it to be self-sustaining. I think that would be nice.
Yes.
I think that would be nice, and just take a little bit of a load off Jen. She giggles.
Giggles.
Giggle.
I won't complain.
But ultimately, I mean, just kind of keep on, get our groups to be maybe a little bit more active than they are right now, except for Discuss. Discuss is crazy active. It's hard to keep up with Discuss. As a matter of fact, some days it's just impossible. And just kind of keep at our kind of steady growth that we're doing right now. Like I said earlier, I'd like to do some more giveaways, so I need to start branching out a little bit more to actually to do that. So, Jen?
You know, I think the whole thing is honestly we're kind of a hive mind. I mean, even though we kind of all take care of each other here. So we just focus on whatever we need to focus on. We don't have a set, this is what we're going towards in the future. It's we see a need, we focus on it, we go there. So we just kind of go where we need to go.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to the future stuff. We shall see what happens. What's this now? Leak DMing and D&D session. Are you afraid of her evil intentions to kill everyone? I won't kill. I don't set out to kill people.
I'm kind of evil anyway, so I can take it.
Oh, I could do an evil campaign. That would be wonderful.
I would love that.
I could do an evil campaign. I haven't done one before. Or at least an evil one-shot. That would be fine.
Yeah.
Yes, evil one-shot. Yes, that's what I'll do.
That would make me very happy.
Oh. Okay. This is happening.
Yeah. A tiefling warlock. That's my guess.
Okay.
I'm being evil. I do like to play a good nasty rogue.
Was that last campaign you're in? It got real dark. Oh dear. Ooh. I'll be a natural. Come on, I'm a nice person. I'll have to use every ounce of my imagination to try and weave this tale of evil.
You'll have to have people's the thongs on their shoes break on them.
Yeah.
That's pretty evil.
Sorry, you stubbed your toe.
You have experience with that, right?
Alright, guys, I'm gonna have to head out.
I'm gonna wrap up now as well. So let's say goodbye.
Oh, okay.
Goodbye.
Alright, bye.
Thank you. It was
Thank you
nice
so
talking.
much. It was awesome.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
You leak.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Right, I'll meet you now so I can do my outro. So a big thank you for everybody in the chat as well for being cheeky and asking questions and just basically cheering and chatting away. That's been fantastic. So please follow Gaming Mommy's Twitch channel, and you can also find information that I posted on the web link that you see on the screen right now as well for their main website. You can find the other things that they're on, so please do that. Next is Evil Talk Show. Evil Talk Show? Would I really do? Oh dear, no, I'm a nice person. Believe me. It's not a lazy upload, I got lots of things to do. I'm a busy person. Oh boy, yeah, but also remember to check out the stream because there will be streams from Gaming Mommy's channel throughout the week. As I mentioned, I think mine will be the one that's first as well from this week. So do that, do it. Cheer Gaming Mommy's on and give them all the likes and follows and stuff. And with that, I will say adios.